Shalom. This is the brother Karatazar coming to with another lesson, and the title is "The Most High Got You Small Hats on the Run." And with that said, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, from where I learned this truth. Much respect to the hopeful elect, pushing this truth and its sincerity across the four corners of the globe. Shalom to you brothers and sisters that gain knowledge from my lessons. Alright, so I'm going to show you this video clip that I found, and Lord willing, you're edified.
Africa has perhaps hundreds of millions of people with this identity right now of being from the people of Israel. Does that mean they were from the 10 tribes? Likely not. We were taught by the historians and within our own traditions that when the Romans conquered Judea a few hundred years after that the tribes of Israel went into exile, perhaps millions of Judeans were sold into slavery, into Africa, into Rome, deep into Africa. And if you look now, you're seeing people who are most likely the descendants of those slaves who kept true. I'd like to bring up a few specific examples because they're going to be game changers. One of them wrote letters to Israel when it became a state. And they said, we're Israelites out in Africa. You know, everyone laughed at them and they said, African Israelites, these people are just trying to jump on the first world country bandwagon. They're living in a third world country. They got nothing. We're coming to Israel. We got innovation, technology. So they're trying to get on this train because there's such a thing called the right of return. All descendants of the Jewish people from around the world are able to move to Israel. So they said we are also.
All right, let me correct this fool. He said Jewish. There's no such thing as Jewish. Either you're an Israelite or you're not. It's through family lineage, your father's lineage. So this clown right here talking about Jewish. So that's you trying to be something that you're not. All right? There's no ish means you're not. It's like you kind of like either you are or you not. The Most High don't deal with confusion. All right? And this right here, that this man is straight up delusional. He's confused. But we don't need them to tell us who we are. We have the scriptures, we have the curses. We know we have the elders, and we have the apostles, and we have the elders who are teaching us about this word, who are bringing forth the truth, and who are showing us the way. So we don't need clowns like this. We don't need people like this. We already know through the spirit of the Most High, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah. We don't need clowns like this. But let's continue on.
And everyone kind of laughed at them, like I said. And a few people took it serious and went out there and started studying them, learned about their culture. And a professor from Duke University went out there and did DNA testing on them. And he showed not only do they share Semitic genes from people who were in Yemen and back to the Middle East, these gentlemen, a large percent of them, have the Y chromosome to be Kohanim, to be priests. Now, if anyone who doesn't know, a priest is a specific family clan of the nation of Israel who come from Aaron, the brother of Moses, who was the first priest. And anyone descended from Aaron has the status title priest. And we found that these men in this village in South Africa called Lemba, L-E-M-B-A, carry this genetic marker to let us know that they share the same as from the Sephardic and the Ashkenaz and the population of the people in Israel today. They share the same exact DNA marker. So that's mind-blowing. So everyone kind of got humbled a little bit who laughed at them and said, now what? Now what do we do about this? This could have a tremendous impact.
See, the problem is that Jake needs, we always looking for the white man's validation. for these Edomites validation. All right, we always looking for their validation in order to be for something to be correct. All right, the apostles been told us that, you know, we're the true Israelites. We don't need them to tell us that. We don't need DNA testing. We know through the Spirit. But we'll continue on.
Locations. Another area in Africa you have something big happening is in Nigeria. You have the Igbo people, or Igbo, pronounced either way. There's 40 million of them, also Christians, like I spoke about before, how that could happen to the children of Israel very easily. But also a lot of them are now coming out and converting back or adopting the rules of the Torah without all the paganism that they've been practicing for hundreds of years. There's been books written about it from scholars in Nigeria, from scholars from the Jewish people. And where it gets interesting is, in America, there was a slave trade. And a lot of the slaves, a very high percentage of them, came from Western Nigerian ports. And in America today, you see a very large movement of African Americans who say that they're the real chosen people, that they're the children of Israel, they're the Judeans. You know, so what are they just trying to create an identity for themselves because they were slaves, or is there really something here? And the answer is, most likely there is something there. And most likely, maybe that they were the original Israelites, and maybe that the Jewish people today, who are white, Caucasian people, came in a little bit later on. We know.
Nah. I'm gonna stop it right there. Come on now. You doing DNA testing, and this is why I said what I said. You doing DNA testing on us. Why don't you do it, Esau? Why don't you do a DNA test on yourself? Do us a favor. Do a DNA test on yourself. Because we don't need a DNA test to know who you are. You Esau Edom. We don't need Amalek, Idumea to tell us who we are. We know who we are, and we know who you are. Revealed. All right? Revealed. Okay? Stop it. Just stop it.
That some of the greatest sages of the transmission of the Torah were converts from Rome.
He said converts from Rome. So he's trying to allude that the Apostle Paul was a convert, that the Israelites that were in Rome were converts. Those were the Israelite foreigners. Those were the speckled birds. Those were the Israelites that thought they were from the other nations, but found out that they were, in fact, Israelites. What are you talking about, converts?
You have a man named Onkelos who wrote a commentary on the Torah, unprecedented, that we still learn today. He was a convert. Some of the largest pillars on the transmission today were Roman converts. So here we are, we're Caucasian Jewish people, and now you have people in Africa saying that they're the real people of Israel.
Caucasian Jewish people. Man, if you don't get your lepers behind and sit your lepers behind down,
it can't be ruled out at all. We know they were sold into slavery. We know now that they're fulfilling prophecies by saying, we're coming back. We want to rejoin the nation.
Because I know people are waiting for this information, so I'm going to get this to them.
All right, so now that you watched that video, I'm going to break out into some scriptures. Lord willing, you're edified. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28:68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. This is Deuteronomy 28:45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy power to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. Deuteronomy 28:64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth even to the other. Salakia. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, idols, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. All right. Romans 11. I say then, have the Most High cast away his people? Most High forbid. For also, Salakia. I say then, have the Most High cast away his people? Most High forbid. For I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin. Talking about Apostle Paul was a Roman. Nah, he thought he was a Roman. He found out he realized he was an Israelite. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. The Most High is having his men push this word out. And it's not going to come back until it did what the Most High set forth for it to accomplish. And the reason why, these double back talking Amalekite small hats is coming out and saying all this is because now they're trying to clean up what they said, but it's too late. All right. And this is Psalms 64th chapter, verse, I'm going to start at 4. Salaki, I'm going to start at 3. Who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bow to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune and lay snares privy. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep. But the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow suddenly. They shall be wounded. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. And what did you see that in that video? I don't know if you could hear in the audio, but if you find that video, then you'll see that you'll hear that some of the people, once he was saying that stuff, they was getting up and leaving. You heard the chairs moving because people didn't like what they was hearing, because it was getting cut. Just imagine being somewhere and finding out that everything that you was practicing, everything you was doing was a whole lie, that you were fraud. Ecclesiasticus 12:11. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know his rust has not been altogether wiped away. And that goes for Esau Edom. Even though he's telling the truth, he's trying to figure out a way to cover up his lie. Because now he done created a whole lie around this, but the Most High is putting his word out. You can't stop the word. You can't stop this truth from going out. He's trying to figure out what he gonna do. He being exposed. Ecclesiastic 12:10, never trust thy enemy, for as like iron rusted so is his wickedness. This is Numbers 24:20. And when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever. So you Amalekites, you small hats, y'all done, y'all finished. Y'all had y'all little time. Y'all had y'all time. Y'all done. The Most High is putting an end to y'all foolishness. And with that said, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. Shalom.